Hey guys, what's up? It is Friday night, it's the Late Night Agenda. I'm your host Craig and I'm 4 minutes late, so I do apologise. And no, Jason, I was not applying makeup to my head, buddy. I was running around after my son, who was an absolute lunatic, trying to get him to bed. I didn't succeed, but there you go. Here we are, guys. The Late Night Agenda, Friday night. The night before the Reds take on Arsenal in another massive game in the Premier League. How are we all? I don't have any hair, guys. No hair to be doing, so let me just get my notes up. Apologies for being a few minutes late, but I think you know me by now. I'm always late. I'm never on time. I'm fucking shocking like that. Right, guys, look, there's lots for us to go through, but I thought I'd start tonight with a bit of fun. I thought I'd start with Craig's bullshit rumour of the day. Because we're coming into silly season, we're coming into transfer season, and you know what, there's going to be lots and lots and lots of good transfer rumours, lots of bullshit transfer rumours, but I found one today that I thought I'd start off with because it's absolutely ridiculous. It's one of the worst ones I've seen. This one comes from El Gol Digital, which I imagine is some Spanish El Gol Digital or something like that. So Real Madrid president Florentino Perez is interested in the idea of offering Marco Asensio as part of a swap deal for Mohamed Salah. Now, on what fucking planet does Florentino Perez think that we want Marco Asensio in a swap deal for Mohamed Salah? What planet does that work on? They don't go on to mention any type of figures or anything like that. They just say, oh, do you know what, let's go with this one. Let's just give them Marco Asensio. So he's not really working out here. So we'll go give them Marco Asensio and, I don't know, some pathetic amount of money. And we'll take their best player. We'll just go and take Mohamed Salah. That'd be grand. Don't worry about it. It'd be sound. And they think we're going to just go with that one. It's absolute fucking nonsense. Yeah, it's ridiculous, the ref night. It's absolute nonsense, mate. And you know, not just that, the article went on to say that it's all okay though, because it's been okayed by Ramos. Sergio Ramos has said, do you know what, that's okay with me. Go ahead and do that, Mr. President. That's okay with Sergio. I swear to God, you could make this shit up, because they actually do go and make this shit up. But there you go, that's what I thought I'd start off with tonight. Craig's bullshit rumour of the day. And I'm going to try and come up with one of these every time or every day during the transfer window, because I like pulling out these crazy, stupid fucking rumours and having a chat about them. So look, there we are. Who have we got in tonight? Brian is in, the Revenites, Charlene, Will, Tom, Troy, Christopher, Everton sucks, Kirby Power. Everton sucks. We're going to have to change your name, buddy. We're going to have to give you a nickname or something, because it's too long to read out. I love reading your comments, but it's just too long to read out. Who else we got? Big rumours on Christian Pulisic. I have that down, my friend. Is it Kivs? Is it Kivs or K? Kiv? I don't know. I think that's your name. Apologies if I'm wrong. Can I donate £30? Mate, you can donate as much or as little as you want to. You can see there's a super chat in there. There's a Ko-fi. There's a Patreon. It's ko-fi.com/Anfield Agenda. Patreon.com/Anfield Agenda. Or, of course, the super chat there. Whichever works for you, mate. Feel free to donate as much or as little as you want. We don't like to put anybody under financial pressure on here, because we know money's tight. Money's tight for me. I'm sure it is for you as well. Just in case any of you guys missed it last night, myself and Connor have booked our flights and our accommodation for the last game of the season. Now look, we're not going to get tickets to the game. We don't expect to get tickets to the game. They're going to be like gold dust. But we want to be in the city. I usually go over for the last game of the season. This one could be special. I don't want to tempt fate, but fuck it, we're going over anyway. We might try and do a live show over there. We're talking about that at the minute. And we might try and hook up with a bar or something and do a bit of a live gig there. But either way, if you're in the city, you're going to the last game, you live close by, you want to come say hi, hit us up. We'll be there for the last game. We're going to film the whole day. We're going to film, make a vlog. Is that what it's called? Is that what the kids call it? A vlog of the entire day. Who have we got in? We drew 1-1 against Arsenal. What have we got? If we do 1-1 against Arsenal and then away at Anfield, we should beat them 4-1. Said it's Dave. Apology, guys. Gotta take my tablets. That's how late I am. I'm running around like a lunatic today. There we go. Apologies. Hey Craig, you really think we can win 3-0? Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. I really do believe we can win 3-0. And I will get onto that shortly. Couple of little bits and pieces to talk through. So, first bit of news that we have for today is something you've all heard. James Milner's been ruled out of the game against Arsenal tomorrow. Apparently that muscle injury in his back that he picked up during the game before, hasn't quite cleared up. So, with that in mind, I thought I'd give you guys my team, or my 11, which you can see on the screen there. But I'll go through it anyway. I'll give you my thinking. So obviously, Alisson, Becker in goal is a gimme. I mean, everybody knows that. The back four are pretty much, I think, as you'd all expect. Trent, Robbo, Van Dijk and Lovren. It's when we get into the midfield, and I feel like I'm saying this on every stream, but when we get into the midfield, that's where things start to really get picky, I suppose. For me, I've gone with Fabinho, Keita and Gini. And here's my reasoning why. I know a lot of you are going to be out there screaming that you want Shaqiri in that midfield, and I get you. I understand it 100%. There may be people that want Jordan Henderson in there. I get that as well. The reason I've gone with Shaqiri on the bench is because of this. I don't think we have a better impact player on our bench than Shaqiri. Now, if we go out with the midfield of Fabinho, Gini or Keita, or Henderson, Fabinho and Gini, or whatever three we go with, if we have Shaqiri on the bench, 20-25 minutes to go, we've seen it happen before, it happened against United, bring him on, tired legs, fresh legs of him coming in, he can do severe damage. So for me, that's the midfield I'd go with. Keita, Gini Wijnaldum and Fabinho, and up front I wouldn't change a thing. Mane, Firmino, Salah. Well, I say I wouldn't change a thing. Shaqiri played the last game, but I think you know what I mean. They're the front three that we usually go with. So Mane, Firmino and Salah for me wouldn't change a thing. So yeah, there you go. There's my front three anyway. Your name perfect mess says Robertson is overrated. My fucking god, man. Have you ever seen a game of football before in your life? Honestly, is this your first season watching football, or to think Andy Robertson is overrated is one of the most fucking ridiculous comments I've ever heard. The guy cost £8.5 million. He was a Kevin Stewart for fuck's sake. And you think he's overrated. You would fucking kill to have him in your team. I don't even know who you support, but you would kill to have Andy Robertson in your team, pal. Trust me, he's fucking class. Anyway, who else have we got? Aubameyang going to be in VVD's pockets at Mossy Wassy. Look, let's show Arsenal respect. They're a damn good side. They can be got at defensively. They've shocked me this season. I didn't think that they'd start off as well as they have. Emery's got them playing some good football, particularly going forward. But I think we can beat them. And I think we can beat them quite easily at Anfield. As you see, 3-0 is the score I'm going for. Let me go into the comments here and see how everybody else is feeling. Give me your team selections, guys. Give me your predictions. Give me your thoughts on Jimmy Milner still being injured. There's so much for us to get through on this stream. I'm looking at my list and it's long. So bear with me as I go through it. Garrett Meyer said, hey Craig, if we won the league the last minute goal, who would you want to score it? Jordan Henderson, Garrett, without a shadow of a doubt. Redemption. I believe I cannot wait to see that man lift the trophy for this football club, just because of the fucking nonsense that he goes through and the abuse that he gets from some of our fan base. I just can't wait. Whatever that trophy may be, whenever it might be, I cannot wait to see Jordan Henderson lift the trophy. So him or Dejan Lovren, mate, either one of them would be lovely. I'll give Salah the Ballon d'Or now, to be honest. Don't see anybody better. What else we got? Robertson is a decent left back. Are you still in, mate? Oh God, you winded me up last night and you're back again today. Robertson is absolute quality as a left back. Do not tell me there is a better bargain in the Premier League at left back or in any defensive position than Andy Robertson. He's an absolute superstar. Robertson is the most underrated defender in the Premier League, said Kirby Power. He's class. He's absolute class. Honestly, if you don't rate Andy Robertson, I don't know what you expect from a fullback. Ozil is not in the squad apparently. Not sure if I believe it or not. That's what I heard as well. Louis had heard that Ozil hadn't travelled. Mustafi had, I think. Ozil hadn't. Again, we're just going to have to wait and see. It doesn't matter. Ozil's shite anyway. So whether he shows up or not, he doesn't play. He disappears. And Arsenal fans can come in and banter about this all they want. But we all know at the end of the day, the Mesut Ozil that's been at Arsenal for the last couple of seasons is not the same Mesut Ozil from the previous 3 or 4 years. He just disappears for long periods. He got his big wages, by the way. That's all he ever wanted there. Got his massive payday. Held the club to fucking ransom because they knew Alexis Sanchez was heading off. Bent him over a barrel. Took a massive payday and hasn't shown up since. Craig, what one player from the EPL would you like in Liverpool's team to improve it? Ooh, good question. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a really good question. There's some good players in the Championship at the minute. Can I cheat? Can I cheat and say Harry Wilson? Because I wouldn't mind him at the minute because we could do it another wide player. But there are some really good players. But you know what? I'll take one of our own, mate. So I'll take Harry Wilson back if that's okay. But if you've got a better answer, buddy, please do hit me with it because there are some cracking players playing in the Football League at the minute. The biggest bargain ever is Idris Gueye. Is it really, Lenny? Is it? In all honesty, mate, come on. I know he's a good player for you and all, but the biggest bargain ever? there's been some belters. There's been some absolute belters in the Premier League. I think N'Golo Kante would probably have to go down as the biggest bargain ever. What was he, like £500,000 or something ridiculous like that? So for Leicester to have gotten N'Golo Kante for the ridiculous amount of money they did goes down as one of the biggest bargains ever. Craig, my team would be Alisson, Trent, Lovren, VVD, Robbo, Hendo, Fabinho, Gini, Salah, Mane and Bobby. I will play Hendo because he's a class guy. There you go. I've no problem with any of the midfield three playing. I mean, I rate them all. You can play Hendo, Fabinho, Gini, Keita. I'd probably draw the line at Lallana if I'm being honest for this game. But any three from that four and I would be more than happy. Liverpool 3, Arsenal 2, said Louis. There's no way they're scoring 2, Louis. Nobody has scored 2 against us this year and it's not going to be Arsenal. Oh, look at him. I'm hanging myself out to dry here, haven't I? I am really fucking making a rod for my own back. Is it wrong that I'm taking this game a bit more personally because of that gobshite from AFTV? We know who we're talking about. I'm not even going to mention the two guys' names. Just say it's 2 initials. We'll go with that. I'm taking this game a little bit more personally because of my absolute disdain for that clown. I want us to give them a kicking tomorrow. I really, really do. I want us to give them a kicking and then I will relax and I will tune in and watch their fucking heads fall off. Do you think Mignolet will play it all this season? Maybe in the FA Cup. I think he probably deserves to be rewarded with a start in the FA Cup. I think the support that he's shown, particularly on social media and behind the scenes, has been very, very good. I've been very impressed with his professionalism. So yeah, I would like him to get a start in the FA Cup. I think that would be fair, but other than that, probably not. Young is better than Robbo. Don't make me fucking laugh. Unless you're talking about diving or cheating, then yes, he's better than Robbo. Fuck off. Oh my, that is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Young is better than Robbo. Oh, that's made my night. Robertson is currently the best left back in the Premier League. Said, oh no. Look, it's debatable, but he's up there. He's definitely part of the conversation. All we need to do is park VVD on Aubameyang and job's a good one. Easy win if it happens. I'm very confident, guys, going into this game. Really, really confident. I'm always confident when we go up against a side that like to play football. Because I feel like if it's a battle of football, if it's a game of basketball, if it's us against them, we're going to beat them. We're going to beat them because I believe we just have that extra little bit of quality. I didn't see the game at the Emirates. It's the only game I haven't watched this season because I was out with my wife that night. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. They're usually good games, but we're going to win. It's as simple as that. I'm very confident we're going to beat Arsenal tomorrow. And at least by 2 goals. I mean, I have 3-0 in my predictions, but you know, they could score. Could be 3-1, but I'm very confident. Mason Mount said Alex for his player who we take from the championship. What's his PNTHRMV said it'll be 4-2 to Liverpool, Salah 2, Shaqiri and Mane, Aubameyang and Monreal. I can't believe lots of people are thinking that if we're going to concede 2 for the first time this year, it's going to be at home and it's going to be against Arsenal. I can't see that happening. Their defence hasn't shipped 2 all year. Was it Brian? I think it might have been Brian, but somebody sent me a stat today that said you could double Liverpool's goals conceded and we'd still have the best defensive record in the Premier League this season. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Amir said, Craig, who is Milner alternative in the future? Could be Grujic, Amir. I mean, we have to look at Marco Grujic as well out on loan. And he's doing really, really well. So, maybe him, I don't know. Lots of people think, look, if Leeds go up, that Milner's going to want to finish his career there. And we've had this conversation numerous times. I'd have no problem with that. I love Jimmy Milner. But if he decides, if Leeds come up, that he wants to finish his career at his boyhood club, then so be it. I wouldn't begrudge him that. Any predictions for the City game? It's the only game I've been worried about this season, Murtaza, if I'm being honest. Connor is very confident about it. I've been saying for the past 10 days I'll take a draw right now. If you give me a draw in that game, I'm taking it right now. No one is better than Andy. Are they fucking serious? What else we got? Marcelo, Felipe, Luis, Robertson are the best left backs in the world. The thing about Marcelo is, as good as he is, and he's fantastic, don't get me wrong, he can't defend for shit. He's part of a Real Madrid team that attack amazingly, and he's probably the best attacking fullback in the world by a country mile, but he's not the greatest defender. Andy Robertson has a good bit of everything. He doesn't really excel at everything, but he's a solid 8.5 out of 10 for me in most headlines or headings. So I love him. I absolutely love him. I love his honesty. I love his determination. I do love the fact he's Scottish, I have to admit. I love that he's such a humble, down-to-earth guy. He's a real Liverpool fullback, a proper Liverpool player. What else have we got? Would you take Sandro over Robbo, Craig? No, I wouldn't, Roberto. Just because I think a lot of it has to do with the Scottish connection, if I'm being honest. I love having a Scottish player at the club and a proper, humble, down-to-earth Scottish player. So it's probably because my love for Andy Robertson is pretty damn deep, mate. I absolutely adore the guy. And because he's an amazing human being as well. I'm a sucker for having a footballer at the club who's a good lad. And he seems like a top fella. Right, what else we got? Lazar Markovic, best bargain. For somebody who's going to get him from us for like a tenner maybe, Tommy Wammy. October, good night to you. She said, it's bedtime night, guys. I'll be at Anfield for the match tomorrow. Enjoy it, October. I want pictures. Don't forget, I want you to send us pictures. Send them to the Anfield Agenda Twitter account at Anfield Agenda. Look forward to seeing them. Have a blast and stay safe. First and foremost. Not that there's any reason to. I just say that to everybody. What have we got? Manchester City 1, Liverpool 2. Said easy Liverpool LFC. Recessionizer said, I think Salah or Shaqiri, should deadlift the sideline just before he comes on to spook the opposition. Love it. Feel shit, just want. We can't say it's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Alfie. You know I can't say that. Look, we will get onto that one as well. There has been some good news on Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's scrolling across the screen now. In the, I suppose, was the scrolling text or whatever you want to call it. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, it has been revealed by Jurgen Klopp, is a little bit ahead of schedule and should be back in full training sometime in February. Now, to me, guys, and I'm sure to many of you, this is manna from heaven. I am so happy to hear that the hard work that he's done in the background has paid off and he's a little bit ahead of schedule, because he's a champion. He is an absolute champion. The way he held back the information on how serious his injury was last year, because he wanted his teammates to just go and concentrate in the Champions League final and go about their business without having to think about him or have that distraction, any more so than they already had. He's a fucking fantastic guy. You see the stuff he does. I'm sure you've seen the jersey he gave to that young guy last year. Then he sent them tickets to the Champions League final as well. He just seems like a lovely fella himself. And is it Perry Edwards? Is that the lady's name that it's gone out with? They do so much charity work on that as well. They're just a lovely couple. And to hear he's coming back from injury a little bit early is brilliant. I cannot wait to have him back. I don't want anybody to expect too much of him this season, because it's a bonus. Whatever we get out of him is a bonus. I don't want to see him rushed. I'd rather have him, if we have him fully fit for even the last month of the season, that would do me, just to get him back ahead of schedule and let him get into a full summer then and be ready for the following season. Because under Jurgen Klopp, he has come on leaps and bounds, and I think stuck two fingers up to the Arsenal fans who thought they robbed us of £40 million, because to me he was an absolute bargain. And his performances last year, particularly against Manchester City and in Europe, were phenomenal. So love to hear your thoughts on having Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain back. I'm over the moon about it. It's probably a month earlier than I would have thought. It's great news. Just absolutely brilliant news. Will said, if you were offered a 0-0 against City, would you take it? Yes, mate, 100%. Without any doubt whatsoever. You forgot Digne. He's alright, to be fair, Lenny. He's alright. He's having a good little period for you guys at the minute. But, yeah, he's not in the calibre of Andy Robertson. But he's not bad. I'm not going to, take the piss and say he's absolutely shy. Right, what else have we got? Will he start games this year, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain? Coming back in February, full training, March. You'll probably see him start a couple towards the end of the season. I hope so. I just hope for his sake he does. But I don't want to put any pressure on him. Craig, you're a legend. Thank you, Sam. That's really kind of you, mate. Guys, look, as you can see, we have a subscribe counter there on the screen. If you're watching for the first time or you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. We do nightly streams on here every night at about 10:15. We'll have a watch along of the Arsenal game tomorrow. I'll be starting that one at about 5 PM. The match kicks off at 5:30, so as I said, I'll be on air at about 5 p.m. We'll have a bit of a build up to that one, and then we'll give a bit of a reaction afterwards, and I'll be back tomorrow night then at 10:15 as well with the late night agenda. Yeah, everything we do on here is free, by the way, so why not hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the stream, and join the, do we call it a revolution? Can we call it a revolution? Whatever we're calling it, join the familia. There you go, a familia, that's the one we'll go with. Thankfully, the African nations is no longer in January. Spurs are losing Son to the Asian Cup. They'll miss him. They really will miss him. They really will miss him because he has been fantastic for them. Yeah, that is a big loss to Spurs without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, what else have we got? Great news on the health of Sean Cox too, said David Bean. Absolutely, David. Very good point, mate. So for those of you that don't know, Sean Cox has been making slow and steady progress. We're only getting little bits of information, which of course is correct. His family want to keep things private, and that is absolutely their right. But it's come out that Sean Cox is now eating on his own a little bit, which is great, and he's even trying to sing a few songs as well, which is wonderful to hear. So obviously we wish Sean Cox and his family well. We hope his recuperation moves along quickly, and it's great to hear some positive news around that situation. So thank you, David, for bringing that one up. But yeah, always a pleasure to hear some good news from what was an absolutely devastating story. I can't imagine what Sean Cox and his family must have been through. And look, it's not over for them. His recuperation's going to be long, but you know, every positive you have to take, you have to grasp with two hands, I suppose, in that situation. So if he's eating and he's trying to sing, he'll be belting out Mo Salah running down the wing soon enough. And wouldn't it be amazing if he got to get to Anfield soon to attend the game as well? Look, baby steps, I know, but it's nice. It's always nice to get some good news. Sorry if I didn't come on because I'm going on holiday in 7 days, mate. You enjoy your holiday. Have an absolute belter. I'm so jealous. I'd love to be going on another holiday. Charlene said, we've quite an advantage in the game tomorrow. Arsenal have been hit heavily by injuries. There you go. I mean, every little thing that could possibly drop for us this year is dropping, to be fair. You know, you don't want to utter those words, but it's looking good. We've had some luck this year, and we've ridden our luck as well at times, but why not? Why not? Everton sucks Liverpool for the win. Said his lineup for the Gunners tomorrow is Alisson, Becker, Robertson, Van Dijk, Degsy, Nathaniel Klein. Wow, interesting. Henderson, Keita, Gini Wijnaldum, Mane, Firmino, Mo Salah. There you go. Any reason for dropping Trent, buddy? I'd love to know your thoughts on that one. Guys, look, we will. If you want to go straight onto that, we will. I do have the Pulisic thing down to talk about, but I just wanted to go through this for another couple of minutes, read some more of your comments, and then we'll get straight into the Christian Pulisic stuff. What have we got? I'm an Arsenal fan. Liverpool have conceded 6 all season. It's 7, buddy, but yeah, still it's ridiculous, isn't it? 7 still brilliant. And we've left Ozil, our best creator. He ain't in the squad. Jonathan, to be honest, buddy, I'm very confident going into the game against you guys tomorrow. And I've said I've no disrespect to Arsenal because I think they've had a very good season. And I think they'll continue to progress under Unai Emery. But we're just in a really good place right now. We're not conceding goals. We're starting to score goals again. Most of our squad is fit. We've got cover for every position. And we're just looking good, buddy. So I honestly feel 3 points is coming our way tomorrow. What's your opinion on Mesut Ozil? I would be really pissed off, Jonathan, if I was an Arsenal fan with what we're getting back from Mesut Ozil compared to the wages that he's now on. I just don't think he's earning the money that he's been paid. I think he held the club over a barrel last year when he knew Alexis Sanchez was going and he could basically get a ridiculous wage. That's just my opinion, but I don't watch him every week, so maybe I'm completely wrong. Remy LeBeau said, love the channel, Craig, keep up the quality work, up the Reds, cheers from California. Thank you very much, Remy. Lovely to know that we have some more Reds in America. It's always so good to know where everybody's from. It really does help give me a picture in my head, so thank you for that one, buddy. Hope you continue to enjoy it, and hope you enjoy the game tomorrow as well. Okay, I truly hope Sean can get back to see our beloved LFC soon, said Willow. As do I, pal, as do I. Aunt Dicko said, hi Craig, hope you had a good Christmas. 4-0 tomorrow, Mane first goal, think we'll get an early goal, and after that we'll push on. Can you imagine heads melting? If we come out of this one tomorrow with a win, watch people's heads melt. It's fucking brilliant. What a prize wanker Moreno is, said Claire, if he couldn't go down in our estimations anymore. Yeah, he picked his time, didn't he, Claire? What a gobshite he is. Look, the only reason, we said this yesterday, the only reason Alberto Moreno isn't playing for Liverpool is because he's not good enough. Simple as that. He has had chance after chance after chance. He goes through a few good performances and then he just fucks up. Switches off, loses concentration, fucks up, and it's his own fault, nobody else's. Guys, don't worry. I can see so many people with transfer stuff. I have loads of it to go through here. Don't worry. I'm getting towards it now. I've stuff about young players going out on loan. I've got stuff about all the biggies, but we know what you want to talk about. And you know I'm more than happy to talk about this man because I talk about him every show anyway. Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic, look, you've probably seen it. For those of you that haven't, there's been stories come out that he's on the verge of joining Liverpool. It's rumoured that Arsenal had bid £35 million with Borussia Dortmund and it's been turned down. But it's believed Liverpool are after offering something around £45 million and that Borussia Dortmund value the player at around £50 million. This story, I read it in the Metro, but I don't know if that's where the story originated from. But you know what I have to say? I think it's bullshit. There you go. I think this is bullshit. And here's why I think it's bullshit. I can't see Liverpool paying £50 million for a player that's out of contract in 18 months. That's 20 years of age, I think. And that hasn't fulfilled his undoubted potential. And this is from somebody who loves the guy and somebody who's been banging the drum about wanting him to come in for a very, very, very long time. I think the figure Liverpool buy him at is somewhere 40 to 42. I know that's very specific, but I can't see Michael Edwards and Liverpool paying anything more than the early 40s for him because it's just simply not value. And if there's one thing we can say about the transfers that we've gotten, maybe outside of Virgil van Dijk, although that turned out to be absolute value. But at the time, the way the market was, we probably did pay a little bit too much because of the whole shit going on with Southampton. So for this one, I think we'll get him. I've been very, very confident of saying we'll get him for a very long time. Those of you that have been following the stream since we started it will know that I've been talking about Christian Pulisic for a long time. Those of you that listen to the podcast that I were on will know for in excess of 2 years that I've always seen his future being at Liverpool. Let's just wait and see what happens. James Pearce said he's heard nothing on it, although, you know, where was anybody last year when Van Dijk came out? Where was anybody when Fabinho came out? Nobody had those rumours, or maybe they were just told to shut up, I don't know. But for this one, it makes sense. I would be amazed if we get him in January, but stranger things have happened. Dortmund have been linked with going to Borussia Mönchengladbach to bring in Thorgan Hazard as a replacement. That makes sense. Similar type of player that's used to the German league, player that's playing quite well for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Figures of around 30 odd million, 35 million I think for that player. So yeah, look, let me know your thoughts. I'm sure you've read the article as well. Do you think it's true? Do you think he's going to come? What type of figure do you think the club will pay? It's interesting to see Arsenal in for him though. That surprised me. I knew Chelsea had an interest, but yeah, seeing Arsenal, I didn't think Arsenal had the money, if I'm being brutally honest. When they bought Torreira in the summer, they could have got the player for a couple of £1 million cheaper if they had paid his release clause, but whatever way they structured the deal, they ended up paying a few £1 million more because they paid it in a couple of installments. So yeah, strange one. Love to know your thoughts though, guys, so please do let me know. So is Pulisic rumoured in January or the end of the season? This particular story, Kigby, says that he would come in January, although I would be amazed at that. Wouldn't say no to it, but I'd be amazed at it. Pulisic will sign in January and arrive in the summer, said Anthony Peters. Need a decent backup for Robbo, said Carrie Bonner. Which I think we do, but maybe we could look at the younger players. I have to say, my knowledge of the fullbacks and the underage squads are very, very limited, so maybe I'll have to bow down to somebody else's knowledge on that one. I'd rather have Fekir, if I'm honest, said Jareel Clark. There's so much about that, Jareel, though, that look, I'm not going to argue with you, pal. I love Fekir. I would happily have him at the club. But as much as we don't want to admit this, and as much as it's a shitty thing to say, sometimes there's more to it than just football. And when you're talking about Pulisic, you're talking about somebody who has a brand potential there to make an awful lot of money and pay back that transfer fee very quickly. Yeah, look, you know the American markets, they're an emerging market, and he is the poster boy of American men's soccer. I have to say soccer when I talk about American sport. I don't know why. If I say football, I just feel wrong because I know about the NFL. But yeah, he's the poster boy of American football. Yeah, even saying that there, saying American football, it just sounded weird because I was talking about NFL in my head. But yeah, I just think sometimes there's maybe a little bit more to it than just footballing ability. And we do have the doubt as well, that lingering doubt about Nabil Fekir's knee. As much as I'd love him to come in as well, because I was really disappointed in the summer when we didn't sign him. Scouts Macca said, love the show. I'm Irish Scouts too. Thank you very much, pal. I think most Scouts just have some Irish in the bloodline somewhere, buddy. We're so close. The DNA of the two sets of people is just amazingly close. That's why it probably feels so much like home for us Irish when we're over in Liverpool. And we often get people saying, oh, look at this, a fucking Irish fella talking about an English club, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, to be honest though, I mean, if you're going to support an English club from Ireland, Liverpool is probably the most fucking Irish club that you could go near. So I'd never understand why they don't put that connection together before they slag us off on that one. Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0, said easy Liverpool LFC. Chelsea have agreed a €50 million deal to sign Christian Pulisic, said Sport Build. That's a rag, Louis. Yeah, that's a rag. I believe that's their version of a red top in Germany, as far as I'm aware. There's 2 builds, and I think that one is the tabloid. I think. But they have been linked with him. They've absolutely been linked with him, so there could be some truth to it. He's going to go somewhere. There's no surer thing than somebody is going to sign him in the Premier League because his contract's running down. He's an immense talent. It's a decent price for that player. It just makes sense, and he wants to come to the Premier League. We just need to carry on doing our job and winning tomorrow. Could be 10 points between us and City, which would be huge. Yeah, 10 points would be massive. Who are City playing tomorrow? I haven't even looked at the fixtures. Who have they got tomorrow? Can somebody let me know that one? Is there any hope they're going to drop points? Which NFL team do you like? I like the Raiders, says Charlene. The Jets, Charlene. The New York Jets. And I've absolutely no idea why. A few years back, I just decided New York, Irish, Jets, they wear green, that'll do. There you go. Craig, the correct name for American football is gridiron. They bastardise everything. It's not. It's Puffs Rugby, Dave. That's the correct name for it. Puffs Rugby. And again, that's no homophobic slander. It's a joke on how soft they are. So please don't come at me with the homophobic stuff because you know anyone. Yeah, I'm not even going to defend myself on that one. Craig, what do you think of Klopp's reaction to the questions? How does he feel being a German beloved in England? I thought it was class. I didn't see it, Willow. I didn't see it, mate, is the answer. I will watch it though. I will watch it back. What else have we got? Would love Keita to get a goal against Arsenal, said Carrie. As would I. Absolutely love him to. The missus and I have our tickets booked for Anfield. First time in 20 years. Can't wait. What game is that for, Wayne? Is it tomorrow? Or when are you heading over, mate? Love to know. 4-0 to us. Salah 2. Firmino 1 and Mane 1. What's up, guys? Mo is here. How are we, Mr. Mo Salah, King of Egypt? Great to have you with us. 5-0. 5-0 tomorrow, said Carrie. And Leno to be sent off. Do you think Matuidi would fit into Liverpool's midfield? Roberto, I mean, you don't want to know my thoughts on Matuidi. I don't rate him. I'm sorry, I just think he's too sloppy. I know you don't want to hear that, and you're going to tell me I'm an idiot because you watch him every week, and you could well be right, mate. I could be an idiot. That's just my perception of him from the outside, from the few times I've seen him. But he seems very tactically aware. That's one thing I'd say about him. And you're not going to play under Allegri if you aren't tactically aware. So from that side of it, maybe. But from what I've seen of him, nah, he'd do me nothing, mate. We already have Mane that does my nothing from time to time because he's got a little lapse in concentration sometimes, takes a poor touch, makes the wrong pass, but then he does so many other things amazingly well that you just go, do your thing, Sadio. It's all good, baby. What else have we got? What time is the game tomorrow? It's 5:30 UK time, and it's on BT Sport over here in the UK and Ireland. Subi, you told us that yesterday, pal. Enjoy your trip. Let's be honest, we're linked to everybody. Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. We're pretty much linked to everybody, or everybody's linked to us. So thoughts on the Pulisic thing, guys? Do you think it's real? Do you think it's going to come? What type of figure do you think? Southampton versus City. Thank you very much for that one. They weren't great against West Ham, Southampton. I watched that game. Yeah, they weren't great at all. They started off brightly, but yeah, it just wasn't great. If I'm being honest, it was a good 25 minutes, but that was about it. 3-1 for Jono tomorrow. Liverpool should win 3-1. Should be ripping that Arsenal defence apart. And City have Southampton. Thank you, buddy. City playing Southampton. Southampton are reserves against City. What else we got? Some more comments there. Congrats on 6,500 subs. Thank you, David. I really enjoyed hitting that figure, I have to say. 10,000 is our target now for the end of the season. Let's see if we can do it. There's plenty of time. 3.5k is a lot of subs to get, but you know what? Stranger things have happened, so we'll keep ploughing on and doing our thing. And again, guys, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. We will be doing a watch along of the Arsenal game tomorrow, starting at 5 PM UK time, and I'll be back again at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Well, 10:15, sorry, with tomorrow's late night agenda. What else we got? Respect, Anfield. Matuidi is CDM-ish. There you go, CDM-ish. That's a first on here. That phrase, CDM-ish. Crystal Palace want Liverpool's Dominic Solanke on loan. Brighton and Hove Albion want him permanently. Fulham and Huddersfield have also shown interest. Solanke to make decision on future in next few days. I wouldn't say it's just his decision, Connor, mate, to be honest. I think Kloppo might have a lot to say in that. For me, his future hinges on Daniel Sturridge. I don't know what this... I wouldn't like us to get rid of him permanently. I think it might come back to look like a silly move. I think he has a future in him. A loan move for me is a good idea. Where to? I don't know. Maybe leave that to him and Kloppo. Craig, are you agreed with Christmas 2 weeks rest, which will be applied next season like La Liga, although Pochettino rejected the idea? It's a little bit different, Amir. I don't think there really is a 2 week rest in my understanding of it. The way I believe it's going to happen is that it'll be structured. So there'll be some teams playing 1 week and then other teams playing the next week. I think half the teams will play the first week, half the teams will play the second week. And the way that will be then staggered would mean that each team would have 2 games or 2 weeks in between a game at some point over the Christmas period. So I don't think there really is a break as such. I just think there will be a gap. So we'll always have football to watch, but we might have Liverpool playing. You know, we might have a 2 week gap. Well, we will have a 2 week gap between Liverpool's games, but there'll always be some football on. That's my understanding of it, by the way. I could be wrong on that one. It's just something that I remember reading about a while ago. Should we go back to the Southampton shopping centre to buy Bertrand? No. I think that ship has sailed on Ryan Bertrand. I wouldn't have minded him a few years back, but not at the minute, no. I'd rather not have the headache of dealing with Southampton again. Liverpool versus Leicester, January the 30th, 8 PM kickoff. Anfield will be rocking. So excited. First visit in 20 years, said Wayne. Class, mate. Absolutely class. Anfield under lights is amazing. I love going to night games. I'm sure you'll have a blast, and I'm sure the Reds will give you a performance to remember. The Christian Pulisic deal is kind of confusing because one day he's linked with Chelsea, next day he's linked with Liverpool. It's going to keep happening, mate. I mean, his agent has a job to do in that respect as well. So, you know, so stuff will be leaked to the media from his side, stuff will be leaked from clubs over here, and then you'll just have the shit that's made up as well. So it is sometimes hard to read in between the lines on these things. VVD will leather Aubameyang, said, or is it Aubameyang or Aubameyang? Aubameyang. We'll go with Aubameyang, or Alba, just to be short. Liverpool have only conceded 1 goal or fewer in every single game this season in the Premier League, said Nelson, which is a beautiful stat. Pulisic was being kept out of the team by Sancho, said Shelley, which is true. I mean, I can't argue with it, that is true. He has played some minutes, but not as many as he would have liked, of course, because of Jadon Sancho. Oh, guys, actually, I forgot to say this. Recently, I started playing that, you know, the Football Index. I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard of it. It's basically like a stock market for for Premier League or for European footballers or maybe world footballers. I don't know if it's all world footballers. So basically, you buy players. It's real money. You go in, you buy players, you buy them like a stock. So say for instance, who did I buy today? I bought Joe Gomez today, and I think he was £2.54 a share, something like that. So you buy shares in a player, and those shares of course can go up and down in value over the course of their time in their career. But it's an interesting new game that came out this year, and I just wanted to come on and ask, is anybody else playing it? Because I only started playing it very recently, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. And if anybody out there is playing it and they're going to sign up to it, I'm going to put a link in here now. Bear with me 2 seconds. So I put a link into the chat there now, or at least I thought I had, but it seems my keyboard isn't turned on. So maybe Craig, turn your keyboard on and then have a bash at it. There we go. Now I put a link into the chat there now. If you want to sign up or you haven't yet signed up to Footy Index, use that link and that will like give us a little bonus. So we'll get, I think it's 10 quid credit or something to our account if you sign up through that link. And I think there's something in it for you guys as well, I think. And just click on the link, I'm sure it'll tell you on there. But if you are going to have a look at it, you can play with £500 for, I think it's, they give you 2 weeks, I think it's 2 weeks risk free for up to £500 or something like that. If you don't like it, they'll give you your money back if you don't think it's for you. As I said, I'm new to it myself, but everybody that starts it up gets a link, and that's my link in there. So if you want to have a look at it, if you want to have a play in it, as I said, I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape or form. Just putting the link in there because that's the link that was automatically created for us when we started it. We're not partners with them. We're not going to take cash from it or anything like that. It'll just give us, like, I think it's anyone that signs up and I think deposits, we get a £10 credit or something like that on the account. What else have we got? You might hit 7,000 subscribers tomorrow. I doubt it, Stephen. I doubt it. Stranger things have happened, but we haven't yet had a day where we've had that many subs. Remember, Kolasinac was immense against Salah. Salah had to switch wings. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, Stephen Taggart has also put in his fundraiser. He's doing a dry January in aid of Cancer Research UK. So if anybody wants to help Stephen Taggart out, the link is in the chat there now. Just click on that and it'll bring you through and give you all the information you need. Louis said, current deal with New Balance is worth £45 million per year. Liverpool confident they can command around £75 million per year following the progress Klopp has overseen. Interesting stuff. Thank you for that one, Louis. I'm going to have a read of that one later on. David Dallow is in. How are you, sir? YouTube said, if we get a point against you tomorrow and lose the City, we'll only be 2 points behind you. But you won't, and we won't. So there you go, pal. I'm sorry to ruin that one for you. And who was this? Are you an Arsenal fan? So you're saying if you get a point against us tomorrow and we lose the City, how did you figure you'll only be 2 points behind us? How many points are you behind us now? I think you have to be, what? Spurs are 6 behind us. Manchester City are 7 behind us. So there's no way that what you're saying there is correct. If you draw with us tomorrow, you're still the same amount of points behind us that you are now. And then if we lose the City, you'll only gain 3 on us. So you have to be at least 8 points behind us. So your maths must be absolutely off on that one, buddy. How far are they? I'm going to check this out now because that's going to fucking annoy me if I don't know. How far are Arsenal behind us in the league table? Let me just check that one. Okay, so Arsenal are... Would you fuck off? If you're an Arsenal fan, would you go away? You're 13 points behind us. 13 points behind us. You're absolutely smoking crack, my friend. If we draw with you guys tomorrow and we lose against City, you're still 10 points away from us. Unless, of course, you're a Spurs fan. But then you said if we get a point against you tomorrow, give it up, mate. I mean, give it up. Your maths is absolutely shocking. Glenn Murray masterclass tomorrow, said Louis, winding up the Everton fan. Craig, could I buy Fernando Torres from myself? Absolutely. I don't know if he's still in that one actually, because he's in Japan or somewhere like that, so I'm not sure if he's still in that one. But he could be. I don't know. I haven't checked actually, and I'm not going to because I have no interest in buying him. I bought a few players actually today on that. I bought Joe Gomez. I bought that young guy that came on and scored for Roma recently. I bought him today. I bought shares in him today. I bought shares in Ryan Brewster. I bought shares in, God, I can't remember who else. I think a young Spurs player as well. A lot of conflicting reports about Pulisic. You don't know what to believe. Honestly, I don't know what to believe either. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Again, sorry, I'm trying to get through as many comments as I can, guys. The chat's moving quickly. Some Arsenal mathematical geniuses on here tonight, said Martin G. Honest to God, I don't know where the fuck he got that one from. 13 points behind us, and he thinks a draw and a loss to City puts him 2 behind. You're not listening to what I'm saying. If we get a point tomorrow and City beat you, then we'll only be 2 points behind you. Right, let's scroll back up to see what you said. Okay, I'm trying to find your comments, so bear with me. I need to know if I'm wrong on this one. Where was it? So what you actually said was, if we get a point against you tomorrow and you lose to City, City will only be 2 points behind you. So what you're saying that you said, mate, is absolutely not what you said. So it's not that I misunderstood you, it's that you absolutely just came out with a ridiculous statement. So yeah, just to clear that one up. City will only be 2 points behind us. That's what don't worry about it. You're not going to beat us tomorrow. So I wouldn't worry about it. We're going to win tomorrow, and then whatever happens against City will happen. But either way, don't worry about it. We'll still be top of the league, and there's still nothing that anybody can do about it. I love the way everybody says, if this, this and this. Nobody's beaten us yet. Nobody's scored more than 1 goal against us in the league yet. And you've got us drawing and losing in the space of a couple of days. Relax. It's all good. Why are people so afraid of Liverpool winning, by the way? It's ridiculous. A lot of people just cannot get their heads around the fact that Liverpool could win the Premier League this year, and they would rather want the cheating bastards that are Manchester City to win it. Madness. We are listening to what you're saying, pal. You just need to go back and read what you actually wrote, and then understand that it's not us that have the problem with this scenario, it's you. I understand what you're trying to say, by the way. I completely get what you're trying to say. I'm just saying that that's not what you wrote in the first place. I believe we shouldn't sign anybody in the January window, as the club is very happy. The team is undefeated and the players are especially happy in the dressing room and on the pitch up the Reds. I agree. I don't see any reason for us to sign anyone in January. I think we should bring somebody in January for the summer if the deal's available. But other than that, I'm with you. I think we have a good enough team. Craig, is this an Arsenal fan channel? No, why? Unhappy about something, free trickers? Have we done something to offend you? I love your confidence, Craig. I'm just very confident about this game tomorrow. I just don't think Arsenal can beat us. It's just, that's the way I feel about it. I'm very nervous about the game against Manchester City. Very, very nervous. But I just don't think Arsenal are going to get anything from the game tomorrow. The best they can hope for is a point, but that's not going to come either. Arsenal have gained 8 points in the last 5 games. Pretty bad. Look, Arsenal, don't get me wrong on this. I'm not trying to have a go at Arsenal. I think Arsenal are a very good side. I think I've said that on 3 or 4 occasions now on this stream. But they're not us. They're not us. They're definitely not us. I love at the start of the stream, hey, let's show Arsenal respect, but then, hey, I think we'll beat them easily 3-0. And what's wrong with that? How is that being disrespectful? Disrespectful would be me saying Arsenal are shite, their manager's shy, they're going to fall apart this season. It's an absolute fluke to be where they are. But that's not what I've said. I've said they're a very good side, the manager's done really well, they're a little bit suspect defensively, and that we're going to beat them. Would you rather I say we're going to lose and give them even more respect? Who should Everton sign in January? I haven't got a clue, anyway. Honestly, I haven't got a clue. I don't watch Everton enough to know what position that they're weak in. What I would say is, I would fucking do everything within my power to sign Andre Gomez if I was Everton. I was very impressed with him in the game he played against us. As a gunner, we've too many injuries to get a point, said YouTube. I don't even know how bad your injuries are, mate. I haven't even looked into that. All I know is that it looks like Ozil hasn't travelled. You have a couple of defensive injuries, I believe. And again, I think Arsenal will do well. They will be there or thereabouts for the Champions League this year. It'll be between them and Chelsea, it looks like, for that last position. So let them fight it out. Whoever wins, it wins. Don't want anyone upsetting the status quo in January, said Stephen Richards. Did I miss something? What did I post that I missed? "6-9 dead." What the fuck is this gobshite trying to post? 6-9 dead. What is he shiting on about? Did I miss something else here? Or is he just fucking retarded? 6-9 dead. Mate, you can't even count to 9 coming on here saying 6-9 dead. If you met anybody in this stream face to face, they would bitch slap you and kick you back up and down the street before you go home to your mammy, put your soda in your mouth and go to bed. Possibly being breastfed beforehand. I don't know what situation you're in at home, mate, but 6-9 dead. Shut the fuck up, you absolute cabbage. Arsenal are a solid outfit, but I think we'll get the job done, said Virgil LFC. Hey Craig, late again tonight, apologies. Massive game tomorrow, hope the crowd bring the noise and we blow them away, said Paul Gormley. Paul, I'd love to know your prediction for the game tomorrow, pal. Apparently I'm not allowed to be confident on here. I'm not allowed to be confident, so I'd love to know what you think about the game tomorrow. Man United will definitely end up in front of Arsenal. No, they won't. Sorry, I don't think they will. Just my opinion. They're getting their bounce now from the new manager coming in, and fair fucks, and they should be better than they are because they're a better team than their points total suggests at the minute, but I don't think they will. They have a lot of ground to make up. It's not impossible. What are they, 5 or 6 points behind? I just don't rate that United team. I really don't. I don't rate anybody that downs tools for the manager like that, regardless of if they don't like him or not. Paul Pogba is a fucking disgrace, by the way. If I had that gobshite in my dressing room and he didn't show up for months on end, scores 2 against Huddersfield and starts dancing around the pitch like he owns the place, I would slap him across the back of the head with a boot and tell him to shut the fuck up. Honest to God, he's an embarrassment. Imagine like going around like he's actually good. He's done fuck all for the entire season. Scores 2 against Huddersfield and suddenly thinks that he's fucking Pele. What pisses me off is some fans are completely dreading Bayern Munich as a bad side and giving them no chance against us, or against you. Bayern Munich are a good side, Roberto. I'm not writing them off. Not writing them off at all. Second game as well in the Allianz Arena. They are a solid European outfit. They might not be going through the best period in their history at the minute. They've an ageing team as well, but they're a very, very good, solid team who on the day can give anyone a game. I think that's going to be a brilliant, brilliant tie. Really good 2 games of football. Obviously, I'm going to predict us to go through, but do you know what I mean? It's going to be close. I don't think we're going to beat them handsomely or anything like that. I think they're going to be 2 very close games. Gonna go now, Craig. Talk to you tomorrow. No problem, mate. Talk to you soon. He said 96 dead, Craig. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 96 dead. Well then, look. He said 6-9 dead. I'm sure he did. I went back up and read that it said 6-9 dead. Maybe he meant to say 96. I don't know. Either way, he wouldn't say that to anybody's face. All these people that post all this shit, they wouldn't walk up to a single Scouser or anybody that was anything to do with this football club and say that. Because they're fucking cowards. They're pussies that hide behind a keyboard. Camacho, there you go. Yes, there is loan news on Camacho. I said earlier on there was a couple of players that were linked with going out. So Sporting Lisbon have made an approach to Liverpool to sign Rafa Camacho on loan for the rest of the season. It's not just Sporting Lisbon. A couple of championship clubs have looked into bringing him on loan as well. So it'll be interesting to see what Klopp does there. He hasn't played much time this season, so to send him out on loan to try and get some first team football is a really good idea. Whether that be to Sporting Lisbon or whether that be to the Championship, I don't know. That's not for me to decide. That's for Jurgen Klopp to decide. And more news, Curtis Jones has also been attracting some interest. James Pearce has said that there's a League One club that's interested in bringing Curtis Jones on loan. He didn't say who that League One club was, but I wouldn't like to see him go down to League One. I think Curtis Jones is of a higher level already than League One. So Camacho going out on loan makes sense. But Curtis Jones, I wouldn't send him to League One. I think he's better than that. Again though, guys, let me know your thoughts on Camacho and on Curtis Jones. Pogue Mahone, how are you, sir? Great to have you back in. It's been a while. It has indeed, but I never forget that name, of course. It's the purple nose syndrome. Manx forgot he wouldn't be here one day, and to be honest, they'll never get over the free period of success that they had. Liverpool should be sitting on 22 titles. I think it's going to take a while for them to realise that they don't have a divine right to win anything anymore. We know, we've been there. We've been through exactly what United are going through now. It's tough. Once you fall off your perch like that, it's really, really tough to get back to it, even with all the money that they have and the power that they have in the game. It's not a gimme. It's tough to build a squad that goes on and challenges for a league title once you've fallen off like that. How long has it taken us? Look, we know how long it's taken. It's fucking 28 years at this point. So there you go. Yeah, they've no divine right to win anything. Nobody does. On that, actually, I want to have a little chat about Mr. Craig Bellamy. Did anybody see the nonsense that Craig Bellamy came out with recently? So he was on that Sky Sports show, The Debate, you know, the nightly show that they do at 10 o'clock where they bring two has-beens on to talk about football. He was talking about the whole situation now at Manchester City and Liverpool in the title race, and he actually came out with this ridiculous fucking comment. Oh yeah, Pep Guardiola will be rubbing his hands together now that they're 7 points behind Liverpool. He'll be delighted to be in this position. He'll see it as something he can get his teeth stuck into. Shut the fuck up, Bellamy. Could you be any further up Pep Guardiola's arse? There is no way Guardiola wants to be 7 points behind anybody in the Premier League title race, you fucking clown. He is, I know he played for both clubs. I know he has to show respect there, but where's the fucking respect to Liverpool, Bellers, huh? He'd be rubbing his hands together now thinking, yeah, let's see what we can get our teeth stuck into. Fuck off. There's no way he's going to be doing anything other than banging his fucking head against the wall, saying, how do we end up being 1 point behind, 2 games later being 7 points behind? How the fuck did that happen? That's what he's going to be saying. He's going to be sitting in the corner of the change room going, Salah, Firmino, Mane, 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 Van Dijk, oh Van Dijk, Salah, Firmino, Mane, Salah, Firmino, Mane, Salah, Firmino, oh Van Dijk, Salah, Firmino, Mane, Salah, Firmino, Mane. That's all he's going to be doing because we're in their head. We know we're in their head. Sure, we've been in their head since last year. They made a fucking documentary basically telling us that we were in their head. And now he's saying, oh, this is exactly what Pep wanted. Pep will be over the moon to be 7 points behind Liverpool. It'll challenge his credentials now and it'll really make him get stuck in like he wasn't trying beforehand. Like he wasn't fucking trying when they were a point ahead of us or 2 points ahead of us. And these people get paid to go on television and talk this shite. And what really gets me in these situations is not one of the presenters on these shows, not one of the so-called fucking journalists have the balls to turn around and go, you're talking shit there, Craig. You're talking absolute shit there, mate. There's no way that Pep Guardiola wants to be 7 points behind. Stop talking out your arse, mate. You're on public television. You're making a show of yourself. You're representing Sky on here, pal. Talk some sense. Not one of them. They let him go on with all his nonsense. They let Phil Neville go on with all his nonsense. And the only two to talk any sense on there are Carragher and Gary Neville. The only two. The rest of them talk absolute nonsense from start to finish. So there you go. There's my thoughts on the whole Craig Bellamy thing. I'd love to know what you guys think. I'd love to know if you've seen the show in question. I used to like him. I used to really like the nutter with the putter. And now he's so far up Guardiola's arse that I can't even see the original Craig Bellamy anymore. And he was a small lad to begin with. Pulisic agreed to join Chelsea. Don't worry about that, Hassan, mate. I'll show you a story that says he's agreed to join Liverpool. Don't worry about it. There's going to be stories saying this, that, left, right, centre. Don't worry about anything until he signs. Right, lots of Bellamy stuff here. I want to get through as many of them as I can. Bellamy is a nonce, said Alpha G. You got the score wrong way around. Yeah, no, I really haven't, mate. I mean, I really haven't. If you think that you're coming to Anfield scoring 3 goals, something nobody's done this season, we've only conceded 1 to any team this season, and we haven't lost at Anfield in almost 2 years. And you think that with that defence, you guys are rocking up to Anfield and leaving with 3 points. Not going to happen. Absolutely not going to happen, you fucking clown. And as for cringe that you've wrote down here, I can't even pronounce your name, so I don't want to be disrespectful to you in that sense. But I'll be disrespectful to you in every other sense, because you're obviously a fucking idiot. Cringe. Mate, you clicked to come in here. Don't forget that. I didn't come out and drag you into this stream. Your sad ass clicked on this stream because you've seen a Liverpool stream. You're like, oh, I'm going to go and have a go at these guys because they're playing them tomorrow. Oh, look at my little bollocks grow. And then you come in and realise that you're out of your fucking depth, pal. So turn around, walk back out the door and go back to your little Arsenal stream and go back and tell DT we all said what's up. Bellamy is a moron, said Shell. Pulisic agrees to join Chelsea. We've done that one already. Best Liverpool team / best ever Manchester City team / best ever Spurs team. Most competitive season ever. That I completely agree with. YouTube. It's really tough at the minute. 3 quality sides and some very good sides as well coming up behind them. The Premier League is just ridiculous at the minute. The amount of talent, managerial talent and playing talent that's in the Premier League is ridiculous. Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, unbelievable manager. Manchester City, Pep Guardiola, unbelievable manager. Pochettino, unbelievable manager. And I don't buy this, he hasn't won anything nonsense. He's a fantastic manager and he's wanted by Real Madrid, he's wanted by Manchester United, no doubt very many other clubs. Same with Jurgen Klopp. People say he hasn't won anything in the Premier League. Fuck you, he's an amazing manager. Look at how well we've progressed every single year. Go down a little bit further. Unai Emery, very good manager, proven track record, won European competitions. He fucking owned the Europa League practically for a few years. Sarri, very good manager as well, plays a really good brand of football, likes to keep possession. And you could keep going down and down and down through the fucking teams as well. The Premier League is where it's at. We've got the best players outside of, maybe Messi and Ronaldo. A couple more we could talk about, Dybala and a few other really good players. But I think as a whole, the Premier League is the strongest between managers, players, obviously attendances, television viewing figures, all that type of stuff. It's competitive as fuck. It's really tough. Whoever wins this Premier League is going to deserve it. Last year, Manchester City. Push aside all the cheating, all the financial nonsense. Just talk about the players on the field and the manager. They played astounding football. Absolutely beautiful to watch. Just brushed teams aside, racked up 100 points, scored a shit ton of goals on the way to it, and best of luck to them. I don't begrudge them their fucking title, even with the cheating. But when it comes to us doing it, I think people need to just go, do you know what? Fair fucks to Liverpool. Push aside all the nonsense about saying, oh, we'll never hear the end of it, yada, yada, yada. You never hear the end of it when anybody wins a league title. And if you're begrudging us a league title after 28 years, after everything the club's been through, the hardships, they're nearly gone out of business, Hillsborough, everything else that this club's been through, for us to have built ourselves back to where we are, to have done it the right way, to have bought and sold players, to have spent within our means, and to have got to where we are, having spent £200 million less than United in the same period, and I don't even know how much less than Manchester City, to have got to where we are, and to be still vilified by other fans, is ridiculous. You should be saying, well fucking done. And we haven't won jack shit yet. We haven't won the league. We may not go on to win the league. But if we do, you should be saying, well done. Well done to a side that thoroughly deserved it, that played football in the right way, that has an unbelievable defensive record, that bought cleverly, that has a fantastic manager, and that crowd has got behind them when needed to and pushed them over the line. That's what I'd expect from a decent set of football fans. The same way I'd show that respect to any other side that won the Premier League. If Spurs go on and win it this year, I'll be the first one to come on here and congratulate them and talk about their players and their manager and say well done. I'll also have a little dig about the Bananatron and the Bellamy, but that's another story. Breathe, Craig, breathe. Bye-bye, I'll be back tomorrow for more Everton fan trolling. You might be a bit sad though, mate, if you don't win tomorrow. Bellamy's a dickhead, said AS Empire. And guys, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. We've passed 6,500 subscribers, which is amazing. Obviously the next stop is 7,000, so if you're watching, you haven't subscribed, please do hit that button. I'll be back tomorrow for watch along of the game at 5 o'clock, and then I'll be back at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. We've still got about 30 minutes left in tonight's stream, so lots of time to go through stuff. Deluded twat, DT. Niall Craig said, this Anfield agenda guy talks shit about ex-managers, footballers, etc., but then talks about football as if he's a genius. Like, what the fuck? Okay, Niall, mate. Firstly, when have I ever said I'm a genius? All I've ever done on here is say things like, somebody's better placed than me to talk about this. I'm not fit to talk about finances of football. There's other people much better placed than me to talk about younger players. That completely don't talk about like I'm a genius. Far from it. And the reason that people come in here, mate, to watch this and come in and chat is because of that. It's because I'm not a dickhead. It's because I'm not up my own fucking arse. So, Niall, you're actually embarrassing me that your second name is Craig. You're actually making me cringe. That you're ruining the name Craig. So if that's what you think, mate, again, nobody dragged your sad little ass in here. And this isn't the first time you've been in here. You were in here yesterday as well. So nobody dragged you in here. You're obviously a bit of a fanboy. Maybe you have a ball fetish or something. I don't know. But if you want an autograph, mate, if you want me to take a selfie with you around, just ask. You don't have to go about it this way. We can work on it in a nice way. I may even give you some of my football expertise if you talk nicely enough. Alan Hansen was the greatest pundit ever. Gary Ellis sound too. What did I miss about DT? Nothing, Tony. Absolutely nothing. We didn't actually talk about him. I was just talking to an Arsenal fan and told him to fuck off, basically. Pulisic is apparently going to be announced next week, said Neil Anthony. Fuck DT and Troops, said Gary Richards. I've nothing against Troops. Nothing against Troops whatsoever. Nothing against that guy. That guy loves his club and does his own thing. I've not got a bad word to say about that man. Nor have I got a bad word to say about Robbie either. I don't know Robbie from Adam. Have had no dealings with him whatsoever. The only person I dislike there is Mr. Two Initials. To the people who dislike, you don't have that better to do. Subi, I keep telling you, mate, when they dislike the stream, it's just letting us know that we're in their head. It's all good. I see it as a sign of us doing a good job. So if people dislike the stream, I actually laugh at it. I think it's very funny and it makes me chuckle. It's going to be an easy 3-1, said TD. Craig Bell and Enemy. Oh, sorry, mate. I struggled with that one. Craig Bell and Enemy. No, go again. Craig Bell and Enemy. No, I'm gonna fucking say it. Craig Bell and Enemy. There you go. I finally got it. Sorry for butchering your comment, mate. Is saying arse an Irish thing? It probably is. It probably is, yeah. We wouldn't say ass so much. We'd say arse a lot of the time. I'd say it is an Irish thing, actually, yeah. I'm American and would take Harry Wilson over Pulisic all day long. Okay, Austin. I don't know what to say to you there, buddy. Often as fans, we see players in different ways, and we like different things about different players. I'm not sure if you're meaning I'm an American, therefore I know more about Pulisic, or I'm an American and even allowing for that bias, I still prefer Harry Wilson more. But either one, pal, I get you. I mean, we all see different things in players, and we all like different things. Harry Wilson's somebody that really confuses me. I don't know what to make of him. He's doing brilliant things at Derby, scoring amazing goals. And I'd love him to get a chance, but it's a big step up from Derby in the Championship to playing for Liverpool. But he can't do anything more than he is. But being honest, my opinion is different. I see Pulisic as much better than Harry Wilson. But, you know, time will tell. And nothing, if I'm wrong and Harry Wilson comes back and is as good as Pulisic or better, then brilliant. I'll be happy as fuck. Have you a fetish for bald people? I don't know if you're talking to me or... I definitely don't have a fetish for bald people. My wife has lots of hair, I promise you. Okay, where else we go? Troops doesn't like DT either. There you go, I like him even more now. I knew there was something about that Troops lad I liked. Saying arse is an Irish thing, said Brian. We all need to embrace this unreal season we're having and be positive and confident and not shy away from it. We've had too many years in the shadows to enjoy the ride. Exactly. That's exactly it, Paul. If you can't enjoy the position that we're in now and have fun, doing a little bit of gloating and being on top of the league and being unbeaten and only conceding 7 goals and keeping 12 clean sheets and having Jurgen Klopp as the manager, if you can't sit back and enjoy that and having a 6-point gap, what's the point? What is the point of being a fan? This is what being a fan is. All these little moments, all these little victories along the way, the little 3 points here, the last minute goal there, the save again from Milik that Alisson made. All these little moments come together and give us the season. So if we can embrace every little moment, then the fun we'll have when the season comes to an end will be unbelievable. And we'll look back and we'll say, do you remember this and this and this and this? And yes, we may have won the league, we may not. We could be celebrating winning the league, that'll be great. But all these little things along the way are just as great and just as worth celebrating for me. I mean, we didn't win the Champions League last year, but that doesn't mean I didn't have some of the best fucking nights of my life. For the Roma game, for the Manchester City game, being over at Anfield, for the watch-alongs of those two games, on the Cop. I never thought I'd be standing on the Cop watching a fucking television screen. But I was there, it was sold out, we were bouncing, it was great fun, I enjoyed it. It was brilliant. Some of the best fucking nights of my life. But we didn't win anything, and that's okay. I wish we had. I hope we will this year. But I'm going to enjoy every fucking minute of it. I'm going to enjoy that last minute goal against Everton over and over and over again. I'm going to enjoy Mahrez missing that penalty at Anfield over and over and over again. And I'm going to keep enjoying these type of things. I'm going to enjoy Milik missing that shot and Alisson saving it over and over and over again. Because that's what being a fan is. You get these lovely little moments and they don't come along very often. Football, as we keep saying, is cyclical. United had a great period of success. City had a period of success. We may be coming into one. Enjoy it. Could be another fucking 28 years before we have another one. So what's the point? If you don't enjoy it now, what is the point? If it bites us in the ass, so be it. You've still gonna have fun along the way. Craig Bellamy moonwalks into Lidl and sprays Sillet Bang on his pubes. Oh, comment of the day. Absolute belter, David. Comment of the day, my friend. That fucker really annoyed me. That guy that said that I think that I'm some type of footballing genius. That really annoyed me because that's exactly what I try not to come across as on here. I know I shouldn't let him annoy me, but that comment really fucking annoyed me. And it's very, very... Not very often people get to me, but that comment has wound me up. Noel Craig is just obsessed. Rivals do seem to be obsessed with us this season. We're in their heads. They're all ball bags, which I love that word, Charlene. Reports of Pulisic to Chelsea in the summer for 50 million and Torgan Hazard to Dortmund. The second part of that I absolutely believe is true. The first part of it, I think it'll be Liverpool, mate. I honestly do. If it's Chelsea, look, it wouldn't surprise me. But I've felt for a long time we'll get him. We're just going to have to wait and see. Somebody will get him. He's going to move to the Premier League. And if we don't get him, then we've got somebody else lined up. Because we do need somebody in that position. Robbie was on Redmen earlier. Seems like a normal, nice dude. That's when you park up all the stuff with the Sun. When they worked with the Sun. Yeah, he seems alright. There is that little... Yeah, there's that little clique, isn't there? Like I think they all have... Do they have something to do with Football Street? Or I think they're all connected somehow. I think. I'm not that up with them. But yeah, look, they're all hard working fellas. But DT is an asshole. Has Arsenal got a Wired name? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Craig, if you know this, please tell me. Why is Arsenal... Oh, is that supposed to be a weird name? Haven't got a clue. Haven't got a clue, mate. No idea. Hi Craig, can you repeat the quote from Moreno, please? My lad is here and didn't get to know about it. Sure thing, Joanne. 1 second. I'll grab it up from yesterday. I think I still have the image. Bear with me. Yeah, I have it here. 1 second now. So Alberto Moreno was talking about his situation at Liverpool and he said, I do not feel good. That is the truth. I hurt myself giving everything for this team and I think that when I came back from injury I deserved an opportunity. The situation is normal for a lot of players, but simply I do not understand the way Klopp has treated me. You can say that. Moving back to Spain is something I have thought about. I'm tired of the cold here, but I do not know about interest from other clubs. I'm in my 5th year here. There is no agreement on a renewal, and in January I am free to listen to any offer. And that was, I think that came from Football España, I think. But yeah, so there it is, Joanne. I hope you heard me. If you didn't, let me know. I'm happy to post or send you the images or anything if you want me to. Did you see DT's new video title? Can Emery outsmart Klopp again? Yeah, okay. Look, he did. Look, I mean, fair is fair. Emery won the Europa League. I mean, give the guy credit. His Sevilla team beat Liverpool. There's no two ways about that. But what the fuck has that got to do with Arsenal? He's clutching at straws there. Give Emery credit, but Arsenal are getting fucking none of that credit. That's just as bad as Jose Mourinho coming in shiting about his 3 Premier League titles, and none of them had anything to do with Manchester United. Absolute straw clutching par excellence there from Mr. fucking 2 initials. Craig, if United offered you a 200 million a year contract, would you take it? Yes, of course I would. 200 million quid a year. I'd be a fucking idiot not to, Roberto. Of course I would, mate. I think anybody in their right mind would take a 200 million a year contract. No matter, regardless of who it is. I have kids and a family, mate. Of course I'd take that. What else we got? Craig, you going to a game this season? I'm hoping to, Elliot. I can't get tickets, mate. Myself and Connor are going over for the last game of the season. We booked that yesterday. We've got our flights and our hotel. We're not going to get a ticket. I mean, not for the last game. That's not going to happen. I said if we can get tickets, I'll go over to any game. It's just a matter of trying to get tickets. And look, I'm not the only person in this position. There are many fans that can't get a ticket. And I refuse to pay the ridiculous prices that are being asked. I've done it for years and years and years. And I'm just not doing it anymore. So if I can get a cost price ticket or a ticket somewhere near to cost price, I'm happy to travel over, even at the last minute. But I'm not going to pay ridiculous money again for tickets anymore. I can't do it. I've got kids now. Yeah, I've got to think about them, and we've got family holidays to go through. I can't be dropping 2-3 grand a year on trips to Liverpool for overpriced games. What else have we got? We haven't even hit top form and we're still top. Man City are in top form in the third, so easy Liverpool. I love your prediction. I like your lineup. Very funny. Bold, or bald fetish, I think you meant to say, but you said bold. He might have a bold fetish as well. That could be true. Oh no, I'm off, Craig. Talk to you tomorrow at 10 after we've won 3-0. Enjoy, mate, enjoy. What position does Wilson play? I think is he playing left side? Wide left, I think. Or maybe even in the 10 at times, but I think he's playing wide left at Derby. Or is it right? I don't know if it's left or right. Robbie and a lot of the guys who are regulars on AFTV are decent people. Shame if you rotten apples give them a bad name. Look, they lost all respect for me when they did that thing with the Sun. I can park up that aside and realise that some people make a mistake, although I don't think it was a mistake. I think they just took the money, and then when they seen the fume over it, started to backtrack. Just my opinion on it. And I hate their channel as well. I hate what they do. I hate the way they vilify their own fans and make them look like fucking idiots. I don't understand why people love them. Why their own fans love them. I mean, sorry, I can absolutely understand why opposition fans love the channel, because they get to go on and watch Arsenal fans' fucking heads melting. But it's not for me. I don't want anything to do with that channel. I'll never work with that channel. The only thing I'll ever have anything to do with that channel is if I ever get the chance to jump in a ring and punch the head off that little fucking tattooed gobshite. Other than that, I've no interest in their channel. Do you live in Ireland or England? Because I can hear an Irish accent. I live in Ireland, Pat. Born and bred, mate. Lived in Dublin originally, now in Wexford. What else have we got? Can you say why you don't like DT? I understand if you don't want to. No worries. Because he's a fucking bully. He's an absolute bully. I've seen video after video of him taunting kids, of him calling them nonces, of him being in some fucking nightclub with a baseball hat on as well, by the way. In a nightclub. I think he was on Instagram or something, and he was basically slagging people's parents' wages and saying, I earn more than your dad earns in a month, in a week, or a day, or something like that. He's belittling children and trying to make himself out to be some tough guy. Goldbridge put him in his pocket, and then he started doctoring footage and stuff for that game to try and make himself look good. He's an absolute bully, and whenever anybody puts it up to him, he backs down, because he's a coward. He's a coward with shit tattoos, and I really dislike the guy. I've never met him, and hopefully I never do, because I fucking despise him. I cannot stand bullies. I cannot stand them. I've spent my life dealing with bullies. I cannot fucking stand them. And people like him, 39, 40 years of age, whatever he is, going around being a loud-mouthed fucking oaf and just causing fucking trouble and hassle and trying to make a name for himself by being a mouthpiece. when he hasn't got the bollocks to back it up. That's why I dislike DT. I dislike a few other people at times. I got to know Mr. Goldbridge, as I said, Mark. I call him Mr. Goldbridge, by the way. I don't know why. I don't know why I do. And he seems a really, really nice guy. Whatever about he does on the screen, that's his own thing. Getting to talk to him behind the scenes. Really humble, down to earth, nice fella. But that other lad's a fucking clown. Aubameyang versus Salah. Yeah, two really, really class strikers. And two of the best. Going to be interesting to see. Obviously, I'm thinking Salah comes out on top. But you cannot knock Aubameyang. I mean, what a season he's having. People are obsessed with trophies rather than the experience at Alpha G. You're my favourite YouTuber. Thank you, mate. Still weird hearing me described as a YouTuber. That's so strange to me to hear that. But I guess that's kind of what we are. It's weird to hear it though. I'm a Liverpool fan 101%. I think I saw you at Anfield watch along for the final. No, you didn't, Scotty, because I wasn't over there for the final. I was doing it in here in Ireland because I went over to the Manchester City one, we went over to the Roma one, but we didn't go over for the final because I wanted to just stay at home and watch it. Do you like Redman TV? I don't watch them, to be honest, Joseph. I respect the hell out of them. I know that they make some really good content. Yeah, and I respect anybody that puts as much work as they do into it, and I know they're clearly very good at what they do. But I don't have an opinion on them either way because I haven't seen much of their stuff. But you know, they're winning awards and they've hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they're clearly brilliant at what they do. So I've nothing but respect for them, to be fair. I've seen the ticket for the Wolves match for €700. The last game of the season. Would you pay it? No, of course I wouldn't. I can fly to Orlando for 200 quid less than that. Why would I pay that to watch a game of football? All fans welcome here, not just Liverpool fans. Absolutely, absolutely. Everybody's welcome here as long as they show respect to the people in the chat. Come in, joke, talk to us about football. More than happy to. We've often had fans from all clubs in here and we've had a great time with them. It's just when you get the arseholes that come in, try to give it the big one, and they can fuck right off. Oh look, another fucking big bollocks fool, Matt Rowley with his justice for the 39, mate. Fuck you. You know fuck all about it as well. You're just regurgitating some bollocks that you've seen wrote somewhere else before. So just fuck off, mate, honestly. If you want to come out, Matt, come onto Twitter. Show me your picture. Show me your account on there. Let me know exactly who you are, buddy. And we'll bring you on. I'll bring you on via video onto the show. And you can say justice for the 39. And you can describe exactly why you want justice for the 39, mate. If you've got the bollocks to do it, let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. And I'll bring you on here. And you can give you this spiel and talk and call Liverpool murderers and everything that you want to do with the full camera on you. No hiding your face. No hiding behind the keyboard, mate. The option's there. If you've got the balls for it, let me know. And I will happily show you up to the world, pal. But you don't. We both know you don't. You hide behind your fucking keyboard and you sit there at home. You're probably 12, 11, something like that. And think saying justice for the 39 is clever. It isn't. You're a dickhead. 100 likes, said Tom Jones, which is class. Craig, you talk from your heart, a simple fan trying to discuss the team, the affairs which makes us watch. Responding to everybody here as possible is our second home. Thank you very much, mate. I love everybody that comes in here, and I appreciate the shit out of you guys giving us your time. Can I give you a website or on the internet to look at for tickets to the game? If you're giving it to me, mate, then just please message me good on Twitter or something, because I don't really want that many links going in. Has Liverpool agreed a deal to sign Pulisic? Some people believe that's the case. Some people believe he's gone to Chelsea. I think he'll end up at Liverpool. I don't think we'll pay 50 million quid for him. I think it'll be in the early 40s. Just my opinion though. I have absolutely no inside information on it whatsoever. So please don't take anything I say as gospel. Louis is back. How are you, sir? I'll respectfully, retroactively rescind my shit talking 3-2 to Liverpool. So you know what, mate? I respect the hell out of anybody who can hold their hands up and say they did anything wrong. You always get a chance with me, pal, if you say that. So well in. I've been saving up the money to go to Anfield for a few games in the second half of the season once my treatment is over. I cannot wait, said Charlene. United fans, Spurs have to win the league. I don't, mate. Do you know what? If it was the other way around, I'd be wishing the very same thing. So I get where you're coming from. I like the winky face as well, buddy. I get where you're coming from. I'd expect nothing less. Does anybody think Palace can beat Chelsea? I don't know is the honest answer. Sometimes they can be really, really good and sometimes they're absolute dog shit. Where is Connor that he become a crowd influencer? He's just busy. Christmas period, he's with his family, visiting relatives and stuff, so I haven't spoke to him much over Christmas. Aaron Ramsey out of contract at the end of the season. What do you think about him? I think that it looks like he's going to go to Juventus by the looks of things. Yeah, you even have who was it from Juventus that has come out? Who's the guy that used to play for is it oh fuck, I can't think of the guy's name. The Croatian guy with the blonde hair. Anyway, yeah, I think he's trying to get him to Juventus as well, which would be a good move for him. I can't understand why Arsenal didn't just give him the money that he wanted. If they gave it to Mesut Ozil, they gave more to Mesut Ozil. And at the time, I think they were doing similar numbers. I remember I read that in an article. I don't know how true it is. They said that at the time Mesut Ozil got his deal and Aaron Ramsey was looking for his new deal, that their numbers for the last year or something were very similar. We should sign Akin Fenwa. It's now or never, said Andre. As a gunner, I hope Liverpool win the league over City or Spurs. Thank you very much. Chelsea closing in on Pulisic. Don't think they are, but if they are, they are. If you and DT had a fight, who would win and why? Me. Clearly me. Because I'd want it more than him. That's why. Because I would go the extra yard. I would make sure I showed up in shape. Look at me now, I'm not in shape. I'd make sure I showed up in shape. And I have more balls than him, let's be honest. I would go the extra yard. He wouldn't. He'd bottle it. So that's why I'd win. What else we got? We appreciate what you do, Craig. You unnecessarily upload every day. I love what I do. It's a pleasure to come on here and talk to everybody. I don't see this as a stress whatsoever. I appreciate people coming on. Right, I've only got about 10 minutes to go, guys, if that's okay. I've got to go collect my daughter then. Busy times. Your only chance tomorrow is if Aubameyang does damage down Trent's and Lovren's wing. Or our only chance, excuse me, said YouTube. Look, Aubameyang's a quality forward, mate. When you've got him and Lacazette in your team, you've always got a chance of scoring. That's the truth. If I said anything else, I'd be silly. I just think your defence is what might let you down. I'll help you batter him, Craig, said Charlene. Would you like to see the Hazard brothers playing together in the Premier League? I absolutely despise the older Hazard brother, mate. Absolutely despise him. I've no thoughts on his younger brother. I've nothing for or against Torgan Hazard. But Eden Hazard, he's fucking ridiculously overhyped. If he was at our club and he took 6 years to get 100 goals, there's no way we'd be parading him around like some type of hero. 13 wins and 4 draws. League title. There you go. 13 wins and 4 draws for a league title. Craig, the channel is quality. Absolutely love what I've watched so far. Thank you, Austin. That's really kind of you, mate. I appreciate you giving us a try, and I hope you continue to enjoy the content. And guys, don't forget, I'll be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock, 5 PM UK time, with a watch along of the Arsenal game. It should be a cracking game. And for those of you that haven't joined us for a watch along and you're perhaps wondering what it is, we don't show any match content whatsoever. What we do is we just react to what's going on. I give some alternative commentary at times. I comment on what's going on in the chat, and we just experience the game together. We react together, we celebrate together, we scream at the TV together, and we just have a bit of fun. Right, what else have we got? Before we finish up, a few more comments, I think. And guys, don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, and of course to drop a like on the stream, excuse me. Craig, what do people mean when they say justice for the 39? I don't even want to go into it, Mario. It's not something I want to address on this stream, mate. Just Google it. I know that's a fuck you answer, and I don't mean it to be. It's just something I don't want to waste time addressing. It's something that's been done to death. The same reason I don't talk about Hillsborough really or anything on here, mate. I try and be positive as much as I can. I like to project positivity out into the world and say positive things, deal with positive people. And you know, that's none of these topics are positive really, to be honest. And we can't hide away from them, but you know, I just don't really want to talk about them, if that's okay. Craig, who do you think will score? Salah. Have to say Salah, don't I? I'd be a fool not to say Salah. I'd love Kada to get one, if I'm being honest, if he played, but I honestly don't mind who scores, buddy. Right, quick few score predictions, guys, before we head off for tomorrow. So let me know in the chat what you think. What should I Google? You're basically asking me to tell you about it now, mate. How many Manchester City midfielders get into Liverpool's midfield? Bellamy scoring goals for fun, said Joe Robinson. 3-1 to Liverpool, 6-1 to Liverpool, 4-0 to Liverpool, 3-1 to Liverpool, 2-0, 2-0 again, so easy Liverpool, 2-0 for Mossy Wassy, 4-1 for Floating Fox. Skeleton, is it Taylor? Said 2-1. 3-0, said Charlene. 3-1 for Mario, 3-1 for Jaden, or John Hayden, excuse me. Jason 2-1. If Hazard was at Liverpool, he would last 6 years to get 100 goals. I don't understand what you mean by that, mate. Good night all, said Tommy Wammy. 3-0 to the Reds. Anthony Peters has gone 3-1. Joe has gone 2-1. 4-0 for Tom. Cameron's gone 2-1. Siraj 2-0. Christopher McVicker 3-0. Martin G, screamer of a match, 3-2 to the Reds. Jaden Powell said 4-0 to Liverpool. And Andre's gone 3-1. Guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. It's been fun. I've had a really good time tonight, and I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow against Arsenal. Going to be a difficult game, but you know, I've got every confidence that the Reds can go and get the 3 points. 3 points tomorrow. We roll on then to the game against Manchester City, and we see where we are after that one. Thank you so much to everyone for giving us your time again tonight. Thank you for those people that have subscribed, dropped a like on the stream. I'll be back at 5 PM tomorrow with the watch along of the game. Until then, look after your families. Love to each and every one of you, and up the motherfucking Reds.